Hey guys, and welcome to this review of the figures from the first wave of the Lightning collection from Hasbro. You can already see the figures right here, but before we go over them, I want to go over the box real quick. As is the case with any new wave or new type of figure, I kind of want to go over the box just cause. Looking at these make really cool just designs. Like, I would be happy to have a full poster if in this design of each season or something like that, but these look pretty cool. Obviously the figure goes right here, so I was just showing you the front portion of it, but this side view is just really cool. There's some discrepancies, or I guess some changes that they made. So at least for Red Dino Charge, the hands are mixed. So this hand right here that holds the gun is actually the right hand, and this hand is the left hand, or something like that. And with White Ranger, at least what I noticed so far, you'll see when I show you, but he's not as gold as he is in here. He's more show accurate, but in here he's more gold than not. And I don't know if you can see that right there. Yeah, you can. These yellow dots in Saba were not painted in the final version. I don't think there were any changes in I was about to say Deca Master, but still the same thing. Shadow Ranger in terms of paint or anything else. And here's Lord Zedd in the back. Lord Zedd does, they all look better in the back of the box as opposed to the actual figure, but the actual figure still isn't that bad. I do have some problems with it though, but I'll go over that. One thing to note, I was gonna hold off doing this review until later because this Lord Zedd box, let me just put these away. I actually put them over here for now. But this Lord Zedd box, I don't know if the camera yet, you can see that. The thing is, I pre-ordered this on Amazon, I believe. The way it was packaged, it came in better packaging than my brother's. And my brother's wasn't damaged, so people just didn't care about it. So I was gonna hold off doing this review and maybe return it and get a better box, but it's fine enough, and I'd rather get the review out sooner. Speaking of Lord Zedd, here he is, as you can see, with all of his accessories. The only thing that's missing right here are the hand accessories. So he comes with two hand accessories. He already has a left hand to hold the little grenade ball that makes the monsters big, but he also comes with a right hand one, so he can hold it here too. And he comes with a closed fist for the right hand, or left hand? Left hand, yes. I'm always confused about that. There's the other accessories. Like I said, he does come, or as you can see, he does come with a weapon and the grenade ball thing. I honestly don't remember if the little, oh, dropped it. I don't know if the little black indent was, or if the little indent was painted black, but it looks like it could be. Again, the fact that I don't remember and like this looks good enough tells me that they did a good job on it. So here it is. The only thing I'll be worried about is breaking off the little ball in this, because when I tried taking it out of the box or the packaging, it like out of the plastic, it felt like I was gonna break it off, and putting it into the hand, it felt weird, but you know, just be careful. Here's this weapon with the little electric effect, I guess, which is good. Kind of thought these were gonna be hard plastic, but no, it's malleable. It's soft plastic. Feels the same kind of material that the chest piece is for White Ranger and Shadow Ranger, but I'll show you that in a bit. So you just simply put it however you want. You can just slide it in. There. I mean, I know that's hanging, but like, if you really take your time, it's not that hard to get it the way you want it. Yeah, see? There we go. So I do wish his staff was a bit more silver. It's good enough. So here it is. This is by far the best Lord Zedd figure, and the best Lord Zedd figure I even have, because I don't have another Lord Zedd figure. At least I'm looking at my collections behind me right now. I'm looking at it right now, and yeah, this is the only Lord Zedd figure I have. Speaking of the figure, he looks pretty good. Like I said, there are some things you can nitpick. Like I said, the Lord Zedd in the back of the box looks way better, much more brighter red. Maybe it's because of the lighting that they took the picture in. But he looks good. He gets the job done. My only gripe, and I'll mention this with the other figures, the joints are either too loose or too hard. At least in two figures, I want to say it's White and Shadow Ranger. Their left arm, like the shoulder joint, is kind of tough to move. Like this one's fine for the most part, but then yeah, these are fine. But for the Shadow Ranger and White Ranger, their right shoulder joint is like way easy to move, and the left one's just kind of hard. White Ranger, I thought I was gonna break the shoulder at some point, cause like as soon as I got out of the box, it felt like I was doing a lot of pressure, and I didn't want to snap it off. But here he is. Speaking of the joints, I'll just do a quick thing at the end to show you all the mobility. He is kind of hindered by his little tubes right here. It can disconnect at the knee if you really want that, but he is hindered a bit because of the tubes, but it's fine. Besides the joint problems, I really do like the figure. It looks pretty good, mobility wise and everything. For 20 bucks, it's honest, this is a good start. Honestly, my main complaint is just about the joints and some QC issues because of, I guess, the fact that they rushed them out, or just because they were trying to get them out because of the transition from I was to say Saba, from Saban. But now onto the White Ranger. So here's Tommy in his kind of like show me what you got pose with his little hand telling you to come forward. He looks pretty good. Like I said, I do have some joint problems and some paint QC issues, but before we get into that, I want to show off his accessories. So he comes with 2 hands. So he comes with the closed fist for his left hand and the closed fist for his right hand. Then all the Rangers do come with a civilian head. I'll show how to put that on. I honestly never really liked the civilian heads. They're fine. I like Doggy Kruger's the most because it's a fake, I guess, race. This is supposed to mimic a human face. Even with like superhero figures, whenever they try to represent the actor's face, like Star Wars or Marvel movies or anything like that, like it always looked weird to me. This Tommy doesn't look that weird, but I'm still like, I'm just not a big fan of like human faces on figures. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Maybe because I collect freaking Power Ranger figures all the time. But his effect for his weapon is this. It's kind of a weird effect. Here, I'll show you right now actually. Might as well, since I'm going over all the accessories. As I said in the back of the box, his yellow dots were not painted. If you can see the white dots by his head. So he's painted properly on both sides though, which is good. So to put on his effect, you'll have to look around maybe the first time you get this, but there's a little divot. I don't know if the camera is picking it up that well. There's a little divot like right here where I have my where I'm pointing right here. So there's a little divot right there. I'm sure you can see it well. And that's where it's supposed to go. There isn't really anywhere else to put it. And you just slide the sword in. And that's it. So this is kind of weird. I kind of wish it was this way. So if he's holding the sword upside down, it's like pointing towards an enemy. But instead it's just like kind of pointing off to the side. Or if he's swinging his sword, it's a weird effect, to be honest, with Saba. It's weird because it's kind of just a ball, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know what else they could have done, but it doesn't really fit with Saba, in my opinion. And the hands that he does come with, or the hands that are on him, are obviously a hand to hold the Saba, and the kind of like a Khmer hand, because why not? Or you could just have him make a stop. He isn't hindered too much by his shield. It's kind of the same it feels the same type of material as the effects for the weapons. So it's mostly bendable enough where it doesn't hinder him like at all. Not even his neck, like anything. It's pretty good. Like I said, with paint discrepancies, you see the little gold right there that went over the shield. So you will get a few paint issues if you buy this first wave like right away and before they get sold out or anything, or don't want to pay triple the price on eBay. It just depends on how much you care and how bad of a paint job it is. But he looks pretty good regardless. Like I said, with the joints, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just like barely putting any effort into this. And this one, yeah, I don't want to break it. I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't know if you can see the little joint that's right there on top, because I am swinging it the right way. It's just that this one's a bit tougher at times, and I don't know why. I really don't want to break it. So there's that. Like I said, you can switch out someone with a civilian head. I'll do this off screen because it's easier if I have the figure closer to my chest. But I just kind of hold the body down and then just pull the helmet off. So there we go. Now he's headless. Helmet does look pretty good, to be honest. Just the helmet by itself, like it's like, oh, you could put, assuming there's 50 of these figures at some point, you could display all of them with their civilian heads and just line these up, and it would look pretty cool. And you just pop this in. You'll hear a click. There we go. Now it's Tommy and not the kid from Danger who, I forget his name, Ren? Something? Or starts with a K? I have no idea. He can hold the helmet. I haven't honestly tried to make them hold the helmet because, like I said, I do like the fact that they have civilian heads for those people who care, but I personally don't care. But hey, that looks pretty cool. And now on to Shadow Ranger. And here's our main boy himself. I was going to say Deca Master again. Shadow Ranger. He's the one who kind of comes with the most accessories. At least it feels like he does. As you can see, he comes with his sword right there. I want to say this in case nobody else catches it. This is his pose after he first morphs. So that's why he's kind of like that in the thumbnail, not with a weapon or anything like that. The accessories that I come with are these. So he does come with his signature posing hand. This is literally like just for posing. It's not for holding anything at all. And a closed fist for his left hand. I mean, you can see that. And like I said, he does come with his sword. Mine is a bit bent, so it can be fixed with just heating it up if you really want to. So just be careful of that when buying them. I do kind of wish there wasn't this little gray bit connecting the mouth to the sword, so it looked better, but it's fine. He does come with, I'm assuming this is to hold the SPD morpher that he comes with, but I couldn't really get him to hold it. It's kind of hard, but there he is. Or you can just use it as a little pointing hand. And he does come with the hand to hold the sword. I do wish they gave you two hands so you can hold the sword in both hands, but okay. That's really, I would have taken that over the fist, honestly. The closed fist. His effect, I do really like. Oh, spoiler. So, this is his effect. I really do like it the best. You just kind of stick the sword in through all the little loops right here. And like I said, it's malleable, so you could do it as short as you want or extend the whole sword. And that looks pretty cool. So, there's that. It does really work well with the saber. I really do like it. Like I said, he does come with a shadow morpher, I guess. Apparently this is mirrored from how the morpher actually is. This little sliding mechanism is supposed to be on the other side, but it doesn't bother me that much. I can live with it. It's fine. I do wish they got a place for you to hold it. So there's a peg right here to maybe just put that there. I might honestly just leave it in the box because I don't want to lose it. I have the Deca Red SH figure art, and for that morpher I put it in the box because he does have a holster for it, but it's a very small piece. It can fall and I can lose it forever, so I don't want to lose it. And what I said, spoiler alert, was this piece. So this is actually like a little neck scarf. If you want to display him with the civilian head, you take off his helmet and you put this first, which is supposed to represent his neck. Which I do like that they included. I actually had no idea this was a part of it until I saw the figure. And it's really cool because it doesn't break the monotony, and you don't just see a big black like neck piece right here. And here's our Doggy Kruger, not the Japanese one. I really do like the design of our Doggy Kruger over the Japanese one, but it looks really cool. You only ever see him with this head in this suit when he's morphing, right before the helmet comes on. So like a split second every time he morphs. Other than that, not at all. So again, I can probably just pose him like this or even see him like this and not be kind of weirded out because it's not a human face. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. I'm kind of weird. Like I said, he looks really cool. His joint is like tougher on his left side. Mine, this one is looser. This one is harder too, and I was kind of afraid I was going to break it. Other than that, the joints are pretty cool. Or, I mean, pretty good. They are pretty cool, too, actually. As you've been seeing, I've having trouble, like, posing all of them. I don't know if it's just because I suck at posing or because of the figure, but it is kind of hard to, like, balance them at points. It's mostly because these little ankle-like joints right here, like the little joint they have right there, like, it's hard to move, so it's kind of hard to pose them the right way. At least mine has a little paint error. Where is it? I saw it. Oh, yeah, there it is. The little blue thing goes onto the little SPD badge shoulder pad thing. So you see that. Like I said, be careful. It's just paint errors. Just look at the box. I actually got two Dino Charge Reds. One for me, one for my brother. And there's already, I can see a difference in the face. Other than the minor paint errors, the major like paint that they did. I know this is a weird post to have him in. It looks really good. Again, these all look really good. The only thing is the minor paint errors, but in terms of look-wise, it looks really good. I want to show you how to put the doggy Doggy Kruger face on. So like I said, take off the helmet. Then you put the little neck scarf on. So like so, you just slide it in. There we go. And then you just put the doggy face on. And bam. So now he looks way better. You don't have a black piece right here. I didn't even think about that, honestly. I had no idea. Like I said, I had no idea he came with that piece. You only see him like this when he first morphs, or not even when he first morphs. Every time he morphs right before the helmet comes on. So that's the only times you ever see him like this. The fact that they even did this kind of as a meme, because it's like, oh, how did he put the helmet on? And now, a while ago, I was speaking about Dino Charge Red. But now I'm speaking about Dino Charge Red. Speaking of Dino Charge Red, here's Dino Charge Red. Tyler something, forgot his last name. So here's with his two weapons. Other accessories that he does come with are his hands. So he comes with kind of the same hand that Tommy has, kind of like a flat karate chop, bend it, and it's a get over here, come at me, bro, kind of hand. And he does come with one closed fist for his right hand. And here's his civilian head. Again, it's just not for me, I'll be honest, but I'm glad that they put these out for people who can enjoy them. The other accessories he's holding. So he does come with his sword and his gun. The gun isn't painted as well. I do wish that the gun had at least his... See what I mean by being able to pose? I do wish that the gun was painted a bit more. Maybe painted the green eye and like the gray little tubing that like goes up into the nozzle, I guess, or whatever you call this point of a gun. That's really the only thing that bothers me, and the fact that it's not even painted the same. So I do wish that they did paint this spiral and this black piece on the other side. The sword I don't have much of a problem with in terms of paint. The only thing really is the little eye. Like I remember, I don't have the sword toy, but I do remember that it has a little eye right there. At least I'm pretty sure. The gun doesn't, or not the gun, the sword's paint doesn't bother me as much. I think this looks pretty good for the most part. Like I said before, they all come with an effect. Here's his. Like I said, you could just do whatever. Honestly, you could just display it like this if you really want to. Just stick it through, play around with it. You'll find something that fits and works for you. There we go. So something like that. You could display it like that. So this one doesn't, the sword doesn't have as much of a bend as the Shadow Ranger sword. This one actually is like pretty perfect for the most part. So again, be careful when buying these. Be aware that that can happen, and if you know how to fix it, you can fix it. So here's Tyler. I do really like Kyroger, and the fact that I don't have a Kyroger SH figure art, this kind of takes its place. It gets detailed right as much as an SH figure art. I know an SH figure art is better, but this one is way cheaper, and I can do this to it and not be afraid that I'm gonna just fall apart and break and everything's gonna fall off. In Bandai's 5-inch figure line, this little shoulder pad you could move up and down, so it wouldn't hinder its mobility, but this one honestly doesn't hinder that much at all. Like, not at all for the most part, since it can only move up that far anyway. So it doesn't really hinder it at all. I guess it does hinder it a bit with the rotation, because you can't put his arm like straight up, but again, it doesn't really hinder it that much. So here he is. Again, they got all the detail they needed. There aren't really much paint QC issues with Dino Charge Red as much as the other ones. For the most part, they got the job done, at least on this one. Like I said, I did get 2 of them. There's that little black spot right there, but that's in the back. Like I said, there is the other Red Ranger that I got. I'll do a side-by-side comparison right now of the helmet once it can focus. So this one right here is this figure, and this one right here is the other figure. So you can see that there's a little kind of black spot on top of the helmet right there. That's without even opening the box, and I'm not going to open it. So you can see there's some errors. Just look at the boxes before you buy them. And like I said, detail-wise, they got the job done. This is one of my favorite Rangers, in kind of both Dino Charge and Kyroger. So I'm glad I got one that gets the job done good. Since I did it for the other Rangers, here's his civilian head. I'm always afraid I'm gonna break it. I don't know why I was more afraid with this one. It's kind of tougher, but again, just be careful. So here he is if you want to display him like this. Again, this doesn't look bad, it's just the face. I don't know, it just kind of weirds me out a bit. But there it is, looking good. I actually didn't go over his hands that were attached to him, But like I said, there's a hand to hold the gun and hand to hold the sword. Honestly, he was, I'm not sure which one's for which, but he was able to hold both the sword and the gun with both hands. And this hand can actually work kind of like a T-Rex pose a bit. So kind of how he poses in the show, you could do that with this hand. And now here's the mobility. Head rotation. Head can look down that far and back that far. Shoulder rotation. Arm can move up and down. Double elbow joint. Wrist rotation. Hand can go up and down or side to side. Chest rotation. It's able to bend forward that far and back that far. Legs can pretty much do the splits. Thigh rotation. Double knee joint. Rotation at the bottom half of the leg. And finally, ankle joint. So here they all are. As you can see, some comparison. Here is Shadow Ranger next to, like I mentioned, the SH figure art deck of red that I have. Just so you can see, kind of get a glimpse of how it is. Like I said, I don't have any Lord Zedd figure, but because why not? I just put in a legacy collection figure here so you can see kind of the difference in that. And the 5-inch figure of Dino Charge Red from Bandai. Overall, I say these are worth. Again, just be careful with the joints. That's kind of my main problem, because the fact that I'm going to pose and they're going to stand there and I don't want them to fall over at any one point. As long as I'm careful and maybe have some sticky tack thing, I'll be fine. My major problem, like I said, is the joints and some minor paint QC issues. Just whenever you're going to go out and buy them, look at the box or look at different ones. If it's the only one there, just I guess deal with it if you really want that one right then and there. Otherwise, wait, see if you can find any other ones that don't have as much paint issues. But that's it for this review. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.